Welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast, a weekly deep dive into everything that makes New Jersey spectacular, bizarre, beautiful, sometimes annoying, but always the best. My name is Jeremy Schneider. I'm a food and culture reporter for NJ.com and the Star Ledger, and I am your host. You can send episode suggestions, guest ideas, and questions our way at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us at Jersey's Best Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and Blue Sky. If you're a fan of the podcast, you're going to be a fan of all the goofy Jersey-centric stuff we're posting over there. This week, Jersey's Best Podcast is going to the beach. Just kidding. The last time we did that, I got sand in the microphone, and our audio guy was really annoyed. But it's almost peak beach season in the Garden State, and there truly is no better time or place to be in New Jersey, or in the world for that matter, than the Jersey Shore in the summertime. To quote the great Pauly D of Jersey Shore fame, God bless me, it's fucking summer. But as much as New Jerseyans love going down the shore or the beach, we won't judge you, however you call it, there is no denying that you'll find some of the worst people at our favorite place. It's not just the Bennies and the Shoobies, the litter bugs and the annoying kids. It goes much deeper than that. This week, Jersey's Best Podcast is breaking down the 11 worst people you meet at the Jersey Shore. The scourge of the shore, the banes of the boardwalk, the annoyance in the ocean. Bothersome people you encounter while trying to enjoy yourself at the beach. You get what I'm saying? Joining me today to break down the obnoxious characters that our charming shores attract is a man who understands the Jersey Shore better than anyone I know. Bobby Olivier is NJ.com's Director of Digital Storytelling, as well as our lead music reporter, and the executive producer of Jersey's Best Podcast. Knew that name sounded familiar, but more importantly than that, he's a lifelong Jersey boy who has spent years living at the Jersey Shore. Bobby, welcome to Jersey's Best Podcast.
What up? Thank you for having me. Long-time listener, first-time obligated guest. No, super happy to be here, and to be on this side of the microphone is fun under the bright lights with you. And I'm a little nervous, but I know that because this is basically my podcast, I can end it at any moment and just walk away, and it's fine. So
this is your podcast. Good. Oh, man, I thought it was our podcast, but because Bobby is the brains of the operation, I'm just the pretty face that fires off all the hot takes.
You are pretty.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even put on makeup today, but
lies.
Try not to be too shiny on camera, Dwayne. Come on. But no, this has been a long time coming. We've wanted to have you as a guest ever since you said, "Hey, Jeremy, we're going to give you a podcast." And it's also very fitting that our first episode together would be beach related because the first time we met was on a beach.
Yeah, we did a video, which we should put a link to that somewhere.
Absolutely.
That's me producing on the fly. We did a video back in 2018 of a lot of the worst people you meet at the beach, which there's some overlap in this. And Jeremy, I think you were like the main guy. You were like the cool guy.
I was the not obnoxious person,
yeah.
Which was really hard for me because that's out of character.
Yeah, you were the face and the heel.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah,
exactly.
I was the heel wearing a tank top that I bought at Kmart. And it was a Adam Levine from Maroon 5 branded tank top, and I was pretending to smoke cigarettes because I've never smoked a cigarette. I'm like super lame. I looked really, really awesome in that video, and I got terrible sunburn.
You did, and that was a lot of fun. That was my first time meeting Bobby. He was trying to be a bro douche on the beach, and it was
just trying.
Quite very jarring when he eventually became my editor, and it turns out he's not only very good at his job, but a very nice guy.
Yeah.
So, and we also spend a lot of time when we report on the beach like crazy. We rank the beaches every year, which is one of my most favorite assignments, getting to go from all the way to, from Sandy Hook all the way down to Cape May. And you also, I've been going to the beach my whole life, but you're from Jackson. You're much closer. Mm-hmm. Give us your beach bona fides.
Yeah, you merely adopted the beach. So I grew up in Jackson, so sort of beach adjacent, like 15, 20 minutes from the beach. Was going a lot to Belmar and Point Pleasant around then. Then lived in Bradley Beach once I got a little bit older. Then lived in Asbury Park, and now we live outside of Asbury Park. For the foreseeable future, because buying a house is insane. I will never buy one ever again. So I'm stuck with this one. Just kidding. I love my house. I am beach sort of born and bred, and I'm down the shore 365 basically. So I'm ready for you. Got to tie me to this chair. I am like ready to go.
I'll be making the drive from Jersey City to the Jersey Shore as much as possible, and as much as we both love the beach, I think we can both acknowledge that you really encounter some terrible, obnoxious, the worst of society, the worst of humanity when you go to one of our best places. Is that not the case?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but it's not just Bennies. It's not just the people you think of. And we're gonna get into all of that. But yeah, it's a lot of, sometimes the locals are the ones to blame for their own problems. I will be the first one to say that. So I don't know. I think we should get into it.
Yeah, let's get into it. That brings us to the main event. The 11 worst people you meet at the Jersey Shore. Bobby and I have compiled a list. We're going to take turns presenting the worst of the absolute worst. Bobby, did I say 11? It's 10. I'm going to cut. James, cut that whole part. I'm going to say that brings us. Here we go. That brings us today, mate. That brings us to today's main event. The 10 worst people you meet at the Jersey Shore. Bobby and I have compiled a list. We're going to take turns presenting the worst of the absolute worst. Bobby, are you ready?
I'm ready, and I just want to clarify. So we each have 5 that we picked, and then each one for each of us is getting worse. Like, this is our top 5 each, and then the last one for each of us is going to be the worst, right? That's how
as we go down. We are ranking them. Yeah,
Okay.
As everything is a ranking in 2025, we are ranking the 10 worst people you meet at the Jersey Shore. And
Great.
so starting at 10, it's like, this is kind of annoying. And once we get to number 1, it's like, oh my God, I will avoid you at all costs. In fact, I'm not even going to the beach because I don't want to see these people. So,
Perfect.
Bobby, you're going to start us off with number 10.
Yeah. Okay. So, and this one goes right to the locals right away. So I'm starting off with the Jersey Shore snobs. These are the locals that are like a little bit too local, like you tell them you're going to one of the busier, more touristy beaches for the day. Like, I'm going to Seaside for the day. I'm going to Belmar, even like Wildwood or Cape May. And they just sort of like look and like laugh at you, or like they do like a little like scoff, and they're like, oh, like I only go to Lavalette. My family only summers in Avalon. Like they're basically calling you a street urchin because they will go to Spring Lake and pay $1 extra to go on the beach.
You peasants.
Yeah, and it's the same friggin' sand everywhere, and they think they're better than me, and I don't like it. Or even worse, they will not tell you where they go. They're like, oh, we like to keep it a secret.
Yo, stop. I hate that. I stop gatekeeping everything, but especially the beach.
And then they'll be their secret is like, oh, they go to Monmouth Beach, which sucks, by the way. I genuinely hope all of them step on a jellyfish
and get stung and no one pees on them. I
didn't say that, but go off, King.
Go off, Jellyfish King. I hate that. It's so obnoxious. And look, everyone has beach opinions, and that's cool. And if you want to talk about why one beach is better than the other, that's okay. But I think that there's a time and place for every beach in New Jersey.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Yeah, I think every beach serves, like if you live in a town that has a beach and that's your beach and that's the beach you like to go to, fine. Yeah, I'm not yucking anybody's yum on the beaches.
I guess what I mean is, I'm not going to scoff at someone who wants to go to Seaside because
definitely not.
No, are you getting the nicest beach? No, but I do think Seaside's beach is kind of underrated. But
agreed, yeah.
Sometimes you want to go to the crowded beach and have the quintessential boardwalk experience, get a Midway cheesesteak and a overly sweet lemonade and be surrounded by people. And yes, it can be annoying, but that's why we go there. And sometimes you want to go to a really chill beach, a really empty beach, and there's a day for that. I really love the experience of talking to people about like their favorite beach and going with them. Just because what makes the Jersey Shore so awesome is that every beach does have a different vibe, does have different perks, different pros, different cons. And I'll go to any beach once, and it might not become my favorite, but I will at least it's cool getting to spend a beach day with someone at their home beach, if that makes any sense.
Can I give you my secret beach where I go to that I will not gatekeep?
I was going to ask.
And it's probably less gate kept now because we've been writing about all like the drama and the politics there. But Lock Arbor, right above Asbury Park, if you want to like have like a perfect little beach day, super quiet, go to Lock Arbor. It's this tiny little town right above Asbury Park. It's kind of you only know if you know kind of place, and it's great to go read a book, and then you can drive 2 minutes south and go get all your fun Asbury Park food and drink and pinball.
I'm pretty sure that my friends take me to Lock Arbor. I forget that they're super secretive about it. Maybe they told me, but I just wasn't listening.
They sound like snobs.
No. They were they do the thing where you go to get the food in Asbury and then go to Lock Arbor. I love that. What I don't love, and this is kind of on a side note, I hate the Jersey Shore snobs. I also hate the people that are at the beach down the shore and then say, well, this isn't a Florida beach. Or, well, I've been to better beaches in the Caribbean.
Yeah, then go.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We're here. Our Jersey Shore. I got so much flack in a previous podcast. I said that Jersey has the best beaches, and I firmly believe that. And I'm not saying they are the most scenic, perfect, pristine beaches. It's a package deal where you have awesome things near the beach and very well maintained beaches in most spots. And my family lived in Florida for a while. I did not like the beaches there. It felt like a freaking hot tub, and not in a good way. And it was too salty and too sandy. And Jersey has the best beaches. I said it with my chest. Don't be a snob about it.
Yeah, and if we want to believe that our beaches are the best, like that's our Jersey delusion. That's like the world we all live in. Like perception is reality, right? And our perception, if that's what we want to think, let us think it.
And if you don't think we have the best beaches, then leave. Then leave, or at least don't go to the beach. Save some room for us.
Yeah. All right, what's yours?
Number 9 of the 10 worst people we meet at the Jersey Shore. The fighting families. The family that has clearly been fighting the entire trip down to the beach. And the tension is so thick you can cut it with a boardwalk French fry. It's funny because the beach is supposed to be a relaxing place, but in many ways it's not.
Yeah.
Getting there is a pain in the ass. The traffic sucks. I mean, even before that, getting everything in the car, getting everyone ready to go. I mean, especially if you have a family, like it's annoying enough to do it with just a group of friends, but if you got kids and stuff, it's super stressful. And then you get there and that stress is pouring out into the experience, and you're telling yourself, I'm gonna have fun, and you're not, because a kid's whining and another kid's crying, and your partner is annoyed that you forgot the sunscreen or something, and I'm watching over from the side by myself, just partially sad, partially laughing at them, and partially annoyed that anyone's bringing that energy to the beach.
Yeah, the worst thing is when you're on the beach, you've already been there, you're in your like tranquil little beach place. Like you've already gone through whatever crap you had to go through to get to the beach. Like you're there, you're having a good time, and then the family lands right next to you, and they have to put up their big cabana thing, and the dad, you can count how much what he paid for the for parking, like in like the veins on his forehead, and like the mom is just like not making eye contact with the dad.
So mad.
And the kids will ask for something simple, like, oh, like, can I have my juice pack out of the cooler or whatever? And they're just like, can you just shut up? Like clearly they've all been through some stuff in the last like 90 minutes.
I feel for them, but I also don't. I completely agree with you that like you kind of getting to the beach is a schlep. Even if you're by yourself, it's a whole thing. You got to carry your stuff. You got to find your spot. Blah blah blah. And when someone comes in and unsettles the ecosystem, it's like, come on, man, just be cool. We're all here. We're having a good time. And I now appreciate seeing this when I'm at the beach. I appreciate more than my parents got me into the Toyota Sienna back in the day and dragged me down from Montclair to Manasquan, and knowing how annoying I was going to be, knowing I was going to keep asking for money to go to the snack bar and get ice cream and stuff. And so if you're bringing your kids to the Jersey Shore, God bless, but also hide that stress, man. I don't be killing don't harsh my mellow, bro.
Yeah, I've never been more happy to be an only child than when I go to the beach like with like just my mom or something. Like, yeah. Much more chill.
This is frankly why I love solo beach days, because I've written about this. You are in control. You're the master of your domain. You control every component, every variable, because everyone wants something different with a beach day, and it's a beautiful thing. But it's annoying when you want one thing and someone else wants another.
Yeah, most of my beach days are actually like solo beach days. Like I love to go in the morning. Like the sun has like barely come up. I go walk on the beach. I read. I'll ride my bike along the boardwalk or something, and that is like pure like beach bliss for me. That's like the Jersey Shore like distilled into like my perfect little place.
That's the ideal experience, and I do love going with a big squad of friends or family. But I feel like the more people you bring, if you're not on the same page, it's just like multiplying the potential stress.
Yeah, well, we all don't have big squads of friends, Jeremy. Sorry.
Oh, maybe I'm making them up.
Sorry, I have no friends.
Yeah, Bob, you got plenty of friends. You live down here. I got to beg people to come with me. But
that's true.
I did. I said this on a previous pod. During COVID, I came down on Mondays by myself all the time. And it was COVID was obviously terrible, and 2020 was a dumpster fire. But that was like the one real shining light. It's like, oh, I get to go to Asbury Park and just enjoy myself by myself. No fighting families then.
Yeah.
Bob,
While I was editing your stories.
all
All right.
the stress was on you.
All right, my turn. All right, so this one is very specific.
Yes, it
But
is.
I'm hoping someone can relate to this, and I hope I don't get like canceled for saying this. So every year we do these beach rankings, and I go to every beach. I always go to Manasquan. That's one of the beaches I cover.
Baby.
Great beach, usually like top 6 beach for us. Like no hate to Manasquan, but whenever I go, the beach is overrun with teenagers, and not just any teenagers, but like the most violently, like Hollywood attractive, perfectly tanned, immaculately sun-kissed, 6-pack ab teenagers that you've ever seen. And they all have like cool backpacks, and they just make me feel bad about myself. Like they all look like they're in like the Outer Banks or something, like a Netflix show, and they're like solving mysteries or whatever goes on that show. And I always feel like I look like Zoidberg from Futurama, like when he like molts his shell. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
And like he's just like pink and vulnerable and like frightened.
Bobby, you're very pink and vulnerable. That's why love
I
you.
feel pink. I'm pink and vulnerable on a good day. Look at me. But like I am legitimately afraid of these people. I feel like they're judging me, and I just like want to put like a sack over my head.
So are they locals?
Yeah, they're definitely locals. And when we do this beach rank, it always seems to land on like when we go, it's like their last day of school or something.
Yeah,
It's like it's like a scene out of like Karate Kid, like with like Johnny Lawrence and everybody. And but it's not just Manasquan. Like if you go to the beach on like a prom weekend or something, you might see teens like this. My biggest fear is like I'm gonna end up like by accident in, like the back of one of their TikToks, and
or
like,
you're gonna be the subject of
and
TikTok.
and all the comments are gonna be like, who's that ghost behind you? Like that's what I'm afraid of. Like that I'm like the lead comment in a TikTok.
You don't want to be the main character.
No.
I mean, when you told me about this before the pod, I was like, what's he talking about? And then I was like, well, I do
know
remember,
what I'm talking
No.
about.
Well, I remember as a kid going to the beach, and like certain kids just had a different vibe about them. Like, and I think it was locals that just like knew the beach scene better. They were at the beach more, so they were tanner, and they just like
They're named Tanner. Yeah.
God.
And like they could put on like a wetsuit without falling over.
Yeah, they knew their way around, and in a way that you didn't. They clearly weren't Shoebies or Bennies or whatever. That was that was their backyard, and they were just impossibly cool. And even then, when I was like 13 and like I don't know, like not a 35-year-old podcast host, I was like, even then I was intimidated. Now when I go, I'm like, oh my God, like please, like don't look at me, please. Like you guys are so cool. It's like that. You watch Community.
Yeah,
when they get into the fight with the younger kids and like I don't even understand the words you're saying. Like they have Skibbity toilet and all that stuff. We had I'm getting a swirly in the toilet from them. I avoid these kids at all costs.
Perfect. What's your next one?
Number 7, the Beach Olympians, the people that play wiffle ball or KanJam or frisbee, spike ball, whatever. That's fun. That's awesome. It's the people that are playing it way too close to other people. It's the people that are taking it way too seriously, who are acting like there's an Olympic medal on the line, and because there's nothing worse than we're trying to have a just chill day at the beach. You got some music on in the headphones. Maybe you're reading a book, maybe you're napping, and then bump, you get hit in the face with a soccer ball, and someone's all mad at that. And look, I've also been the person. I've been the beach Olympian before. I've definitely hit a kid with a frisbee before. I love KanJam. I love spike ball. Beach wiffle ball is like a core childhood memory for me. Just do it farther away, man. Like have some decorum, have some common decency. Don't be doing that right next to other people.
Yeah. So a couple of things here. One, spike ball is a game for mainly I think for the violently attractive teens, but like that is a tough game, and that's a game that it's hard to do not 100%, because like then you're gonna lose, because it requires so much like range. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. It's like it's the thing where with the net where you're bouncing the ball off the net.
We'll put a picture up of it.
Yeah, and spike ball is tough. KanJam I feel like is a little more chill, because like you're probably not flinging a frisbee like way too far away.
You've never played frisbee with me.
Yeah,
I'm not good at it.
But I will say, as somebody who's like a big fan of like just going and like standing kind of like the surf and like throwing a football back and forth over there, like old school. I love if somebody else is playing football and they overthrow it, and then I have to get it for them and like give it back to them, and I get to be like part of the game for a second.
That's your one shining moment.
Yeah, that's my one shining moment. Because I'm often at the beach alone, like I said, like that, or like throwing a tennis ball or something. Like, that's all fine.
Yeah, no, all of this is awesome. The beach is for playing these games. It's super fun. Just like have some spatial awareness. The older I get, the more spatial awareness or lack thereof just drives me nuts, and especially at the beach. So
yeah, there's so much space. Like, get away from
yeah,
it.
exactly. And also, if there isn't space, if it's freaking July 4th weekend and the beach at Asbury is completely slammed, there's sardines on that sand. No KanJam today, guys. No football. None of that dog. No, don't reenact the volleyball scene in Top Gun or the dogfight football scene in Top Gun Maverick, which is awesome. Not today. Come on. And I also just like, if you are playing, like I love KanJam is my favorite of all these. I'm actually pretty good at KanJam. My sister will attest to that. I don't know if she listens to this podcast. Andrea, come on the podcast. But if you're taking it too seriously, and like even if you're not like in someone's space, you're just like yelling or getting too excited. Calm down, guys.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious.
Yeah. Stop screaming.
Stop. Just crack a beer and relax, but put it in a solo cup because you're not supposed to drink on the beach.
All right. But people who do want to make me scream, how's that for a segue?
Boom.
Put a little segue sound. Boom. So my next one is it's sort of a catch-all. For anybody who messes with the Jersey Shore ecosystem, like environmental disruptors. Like if you're feeding the seagulls and inciting a bird riot, I hate you. If you're throwing rocks at the seagulls or encouraging your dog to go chase the seagulls, hate you. If you're climbing over the dunes right next to the stay off the dunes sign, jail. Yeah, beach jail.
Real jail or beach jail.
Yeah,
just made of sand.
Dig a big hole and throw them in it. And if God forbid like a seal or like a dolphin like what comes ashore like beaches itself, and if you go over to that animal for any other reason than to like call the DEP or whoever like comes and helps these poor animals, and if you're coming over to just like get content out of that animal, hate you. And last of all, if you're the funny guy who wants to pick up a big handful of seaweed and put it on my back and then I scream like a 7-year-old girl, I hate you too.
Bobby, I'm right here. Come on, guys.
Don't touch me.
Act like you've been there. You know, like it's the beach is an ecosystem, and it could be as silly as throwing seaweed. It can be as disruptive as actually, messing with a dolphin or getting content and the whole feeding seagulls. Yes, they're the way they like caw or. What? Yeah, there we go. Oh my God, a seagull's here. The way they're funny. They're funny looking animals. Don't feed them. If you're the person that's like throwing it's one of the scariest moments you can have in New Jersey when seagulls attack. We've written about it.
Yeah.
So and the dunes, that is like the most obvious. Like the first thing you should be taught when you go to the beach is, hey, there is a beautiful natural thing right here. There are the dunes, and we do not go on these.
Yeah, we need the dunes. They help us not die in hurricanes.
And it's also the name of a good movie. But less important, I hate when people it's the beaches, and also I guess I don't know if you said this, but like litter bugs.
Yeah. I mean, and I think this catch-all, this one I will say kind of goes to the Bennies. Like a lot of, looking at you, Jeremy. Like a lot of people who just aren't there all the time where like the seagull is more like a novelty thing. Mm-hmm. And you get that a lot in Atlantic City where most people that are on the Atlantic City boardwalk are not from Atlantic City. And in between like buying like $5 gold chains, they're like trying to feed the seagulls. And it's bad news. The seagulls in Atlantic City are, I would probably say, the most aggressive of the seagulls.
They're terrifying. Yeah. And they're gambling addicts. So
yeah.
Poor guys. But yeah, just don't disrupt this. It is a delicate, beautiful thing going on at these beaches, and you can mess up our day, but even worse, you can mess up the actual beach. And and if you're the person that doesn't clean up after themselves at the beach, you are the worst kind of person, and you don't deserve to go to the beach.
Agreed.
But another person that doesn't deserve to go to the beach. Number 5, the ravers. The people that think we're at Ultra in Miami, not Asbury Park. They're blasting dance music and techno music, and they're playing it really loud, and it ruins my day. I got a kind of cranky old man take about this, which is weird because I'm not that old, but I'm very selective about what music is being played at the beach. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to be like a snob or like, well, that's not good music. It's like I kind of just want to hear the beach. I love hearing the waves. I love hearing, the seagulls calling, and it's very relaxing. And if you want to play some chill music in the background, if you want to play, some rock or whatever. I remember the summer I went a lot in 2020. We listened to Peripheral Vision by Turnover over and over again, which was very good beach weather or beach music. And there was very good beach weather. But if you're blasting like techno and stuff, like, what are we doing here? Like, this is not Miami. Stop it. You're giving me a headache, and I'm not relaxing at all.
Yeah, big agree. I think anything over like 120 BPM should not be played on the beach. I think keeping it chill, like, and if you're gonna play music out loud, like, read the room. Like, if there's anybody near you, keep it down. And we have so many options to just put the music right directly into your ears. Like, do you really need to be playing it out loud? Some you got your like Sublime, your Jack Johnson, all like the Beach Boys, Jimmy Buffett, like all that generic stuff. Like any other time, you're like this is kind of cringy. Like at the beach, it works. There's a reason it's popular.
I was gonna ask you, like, what is your ideal beach music?
I'm glad you asked. Actually, my real big go-to that's been for a while is Lana Del Rey is like perfect for the beach. There's so much good Lana Del Rey stuff, especially Lust for Life, that album that starts, and it has like a song 13 Beaches and like some other stuff. That first like 15 or 20 minutes of music is perfect. What else? Norman effing Rockwell from her is great. What else is good beach stuff?
It's almost like you're a music writer or something.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
I don't know, just like more chill stuff, like Fleetwood Mac is good for the beach. Like anything that like
keep it mellow.
Anything that like lowers your blood pressure or your pulse, like that's what you want for the beach.
I'm down with that. Bobby, what's I think number 4 is on for you.
Yes. All right. So this is for any Jersey Shore town that has a road right along the beach or boardwalk, usually like Ocean Avenue. And it'll be the busiest beach day you've ever seen. And just people, cars, bikes, motorcycles everywhere. And they're all being held up by the deeply evil beach cruisers.
Dun, dun, dun.
These are the boomers in their vintage convertibles or like a well-kept Thunderbird from like 2005. Remember when they made a bunch of those? And they'll have the top down, cigar in their mouth. They're doing like 6 miles an hour down Ocean Avenue. They think they're Frank Sinatra in From Here to Eternity or some shit. And meanwhile, I've been looking for parking for like 35 minutes, and I just like cracked my teeth on the steering wheel because I'm like losing my mind. And at this point, I've already been duped by like a dozen fake outs where it's like you're driving around and you think that you see a spot up, it's permit only, and the meter maid's right there. Or up, I see a spot. Up, no, there's a Vespa in it. Like, freaking Vespa people.
No Vespas at the beach, people. Come on.
Or like you think a guy's backing out and he's like, no, I'm just getting something. Then he waves you off. Hate that guy. And the worst are the entitled. I'm gonna say it. The entitled pricks. That double park at the beach. Mm-hmm. No one wants to hit your Acura, Scott. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it drives me crazy.
No.
Like there's such limited parking in so many of these towns. Like by me, like Avon, Seagirt, Allenhurst, like any of those, there's like such limited street parking that if you're taking up more than one spot, like you are truly the worst.
Yeah, if you're gonna go to the beach, first of all, you gotta know how to act on the beach. You also gotta know how to act when you're getting to the beach, and that includes driving around these parking lots, because it's probably the most stressful part of the experience. You think you've finally gotten to the beach. All right, hell yeah, we're gonna get out of the car. We're gonna finally have fun. This trip's gonna be worth it. And then finding parking takes forever. And then you have these people who don't know how to drive around, and they're just having a good time, vibing. It's like, no, man, I'm trying to park. I'm trying to get out of my car so I can actually do the thing I came here to do. And double parking. If I see you double parked in Asbury Park, I'm not going to say I'll slash your tires, but I hope someone does. Not me.
And with the cruisers, like, because there's a lot of like cruise nights, where like a bunch of guys with like classic cars will drive around. They do like a little parade at night. And it's like an actual like organized event. But during the day, they'll like go to the beach and like drive around by themselves and like, save that for like the actual thing that it's supposed to be for.
Yeah, if you have an event, fine, but not during peak beach hours when people are trying to drive to get to the beach.
Yeah, and if you want to like display your car somewhere, like some guys will just like park their car and just like sit by it and just like want people to like look at their cool car. And I don't hate those guys. Those guys are kind of cool. And like sometimes they'll have like a fun horn, they'll like it's all customized and they'll be like doing it for the kids.
Like
and
the
stuff.
Dukes of Hazzard or something.
Yeah, like that's fine. But if you are impeding my transit, I am very unhappy with
Bobby just
you.
got real technical with it. Yeah, no, it really makes my blood boil, and I'm glad. I'll never have enough money to have one of those cool cars, unfortunately. But that means I'll take my Honda Civic and park as soon as I possibly can. I'll get out of your way. You gotta know how to. In Jersey, if you don't know how to drive, get off the road because people will tell you how mad they are, like we're doing right now.
Yep, like Ludacris said, move.
Move, beach, get out the way.
Oh, there
get
it
out
is.
the way.
Oh man, it was right there, and I didn't take it.
Hey man, that was a layup. Thank you. So we're gonna move on to number 3. Number 3 worst person you meet at the Jersey Shore, the chain smoker. And I'm not talking about the band though. That would be on the list too. Look, smoking.
They're getting played for other ravers.
There's levels to this. Smoking was banned on New Jersey beaches in 2018, so it doesn't happen that often anymore. But you still see people lighting up cigarettes when we're trying to enjoy the natural beauty. You're trying to get a nice whiff of salt air, and you get a bunch of secondhand smoke, and it's disgusting. I hate it everywhere. I'm like, if you want to smoke, if you want to do that, that's your thing. Like, I'm not like no judgment. Just don't do it near me. Definitely don't do it near me on the beach in a natural, beautiful environment. And then if you're smoking, where are you putting those cigarette butts after you smoked?
They were going right in the sand.
Yeah.
And I think there's not enough no smoking signs. I think a lot of people don't even know that it's illegal to smoke on the beach. I think you're outside, it's a big open area. Why can't I smoke on the beach? But yeah, I have moved. Like I've been on a blanket and then I'm downwind from cigarette smoke, and it's like, or a guy has a big cigar, probably the same boomer who got out of his stupid car, and now is on the beach with his big cigar, and I'm like, okay, the wind's going this way, the smoke's going this way. I'm gonna move over here, and that's how I get away from it.
I don't care if it's illegal or not. Even if it wasn't illegal, it's just common decency. Like no one wants this, and also I know marijuana is legal in New Jersey now. Mm-hmm. And I know people vape like crazy in New Jersey now.
Yeah. I cannot smoke pot on the beach.
Yeah, no, it's kind of. I mean, at least.
But people do. You go to Asbury Park. Holy crap! In the summer, oh man, it is. It smells green.
And the vaping thing. You get hit with like a cloud of like cotton candy air, and it's like, man, this is like, and it's not from the boardwalk. It's from someone's little metal thing. I don't. Yeah. This is common decency. I mean, aside from the fact that inhaling secondhand smoke is very bad for you. You're just completely ruining the vibe, and it's just a complete lack of social awareness.
Yeah. Like I said, I am not a smoker. Mm-hmm. I do not fraternize with a lot of smokers out there. So yeah, it's a big no for me. But I will, like, because I don't want to confront anybody, because if you're smoking a cigarette, you might be too tough for me. So then I'm making sure that I'm just moving away from you. Yeah. I'm not going to ask you to put it out.
Oh no, I'm going to get on this microphone and yell about it. But if I see it happening in public, I'm moving. I'll keep the buck.
Yeah.
I'm
cool cig, bro.
Yeah, they'll put it out on my face. It's ugly enough. Come on, guys. Bobby, you got number 2.
Okay, all right. So this is, but it's number 2 overall. But this is my number 1. So I'm gonna let me go.
I'll clear out the paint.
All right. So as a lifelong Jersey Shore resident and observer, my absolute worst kind of people you meet at the Jersey Shore are, drumroll, mermaid girls. So what are mermaid girls?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask. I don't know. When you put this in the doc, I didn't even Google it because I want this to be my first time.
People at the shore already know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right. So these are grown women who wish they were these like ethereal sea-dwelling creatures. They're obsessed with mermaids, but are tragically like stuck on dry land. So they just have to like make the best of it with us. And these are women in their like they could be in their 20s, 40s, 60s. It doesn't really matter. But a lot of times you will hear them coming before you even see them. Because I'm going to describe the sound before I describe what they actually look like. What you hear them is like they're like covered in like they have seashells in their big oversized bag. They have crystals. Like you just hear them rattling around, and you also smell them because they love weed too. And then they'll be wearing these like big flowy like cover-ups billowing in the wind like a fishtail, and every moment for them is like some opportunity because it's all about the image and projecting that they want people to think that they are mermaids. And I know that this sounds ridiculous, but it's true. And everything is like prime for like a whimsical like Instagram caption, like the waves crash upon my secrets, or I'm not lost, I'm just following the tides. Meanwhile, their poor husband Rick is trying to not walk into the ocean as he's taking their pictures. I'm sorry, Michelle. Like, you are not a fucking mermaid. You went to Tom's River North. You work at Surf Taco. Now bring me my mango shrimp burrito. Pretending you were a mermaid. I'm not done. Pretending you were a mermaid is the most performative, crunchy, la 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 nonsense. And you know what else? Shame on all the kitschy Jersey Shore stores that like perpetuate this. Like, if I have to see one more mermaid parking only sign, I am moving to Nebraska. So real quick, immediate apology to all the non-mermaid Michelles who have attended Tom's River North. That was not directed at you. And a shout out and hat tip to a comedian, Eliza Schlesinger, who has a bit on Mermaid Girl from like 10 years ago that I forgot existed until I wrote this. And I was like, actually, she called it first, and I just see the Jersey Shore version.
Bobby,
but Mermaid Girls.
I've known you for years, and I've never seen you this mad before.
I hate Mermaid Girls.
So when you saw The Little Mermaid, were you rooting for Ursula?
I saw it when I was like 3.
Yeah.
So probably not.
I haven't encountered this that often, I gotta say, and
yeah, you're not down the shore enough.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna need some more PTO then, Bobby. I'm curious. So I mean, this all seems kind of ludicrous, and I mean,
ludicrous. He's back.
He's back.
Roll out.
Roll to the ocean. That wasn't as good. Well, so it sounds annoying. It sounds ridiculous. Are they getting in your way? Or this is like, hey,
like,
man,
spiritually, yes.
Okay.
I'm like sweating right now. I'm so like
amped
dude,
up
about
I'm
this.
Talking about
like
lowering your blood pressure. Oh my gosh.
No, they're not hurting anybody. But they bother me so much because it's so performative, and you just like, I just see it in like the bowels of like Instagram. If you look hard enough, like they're one step beyond. Like, they're like a more fully realized version of like the girls who take a picture of just like their legs that look like hot dogs at the beach. You know what I mean?
We haven't even talked about like beach influencers or anything yet.
Yeah, they're basically like a really deeply entrenched beach influencer. And if they're like actively creating like content, if they're like a serious influencer, then yeah, jail. Dig a big hole.
Are there any mermaid men? Are there any mermen?
Yeah, I'm a merman. That's a good question. What is the male equivalent of a mermaid girl?
Salt Life dude?
Yeah, probably. like a guy who wants to be like Kenny Chesney or like Jimmy Buffett, like really bad, but he like lives in brick. And he like has a boat, but like he could barely maintain
he crashed it.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's always something wrong with the boat. There's always a reason you can't go on the boat.
Like, no, sorry guys, the varnish is off.
Yeah.
Stop
exactly.
wearing Hawaiian shirts to funerals, Rick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick. Rick came up again.
Oh man. So we're saying Rick is the mermaid. Rick and the Mermaid Girls belong together
in the Jersey's Best Podcast extended universe. Yes.
Okay. I'm
gonna keep my eyes peeled for
you'll
for
know
this.
them.
I'm sure I've seen them, and I think I just find it's almost. I don't want to be rude, but I feel like it's kind of embarrassing, and like I might like look away out of like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah, like they think they look so cool and they look so stupid.
And I mean, the concept of mermaids in general kind of gross. Like half human, half fish.
Yeah, I'm not it's not like my favorite mythological creature. And I'm not going to tell you what it is.
We're going to say that for a podcast.
Yep.
But I'm going to tell you my least favorite person that you run into at the beach.
Do it.
The number one worst person you meet at the Jersey Shore.
I'm ready.
The lovebirds. The couples that are basically having sex in front of you on the sand. Look, the beach is romantic. The beach is beautiful. Going to the beach with your significant other is a lovely experience. Have fun. Go swim together. Smooch a little bit. Hold hands. Cuddle, whatever. If you want to make out a little bit, okay. Like, I'm not hating, I promise. But there are certain couples that they think that they're in a commercial for sandals or something, and they're like basically going at it and right in front of you. And I don't know. It's something as I've gotten, like, maybe when I was a kid, I'd see it and be like, oh wow, like you can do that. Like what's going on here? But the older I get, it's just like, really, like you're old enough to get a hotel room or go into your car or I don't know, go anywhere but here. Like
Yeah.
we are in public. We're at the beach. Like you're already wearing basically nothing. Why are you like?
That's why it gets the juices going. So you basically had like your sexual awakening like in Long Branch.
I really didn't want that to be on the podcast, but I mean, yeah, sure. Manasquan, I think technically, but
those attractive teens, they strike again.
yeah, I was like 7 at the time. It was okay. No, but like it's so weird to me that. And look, if you're happily married or happily dating someone, like mazel tov, like I'm happy for you. That's great. Like I've gone to the beach with girlfriends and had a really nice time. I've never. You gotta have a sense of decency. Keeps coming up today, people. Like just because we're at the beach, we might be, we're losing our inhibitions, but we're not losing our minds. We're not like the rules of society still. We live in a society even when we're at the beach. Stop having sex on the beach. And I heard the stories about it was prom and we were down the shore and we snuck out. Like, that's cool. It's like I'm not hating on that. I'm hating on the people that it is 3:00 on a Saturday and this couple in their 40s thinks now is the time to spice things up and they can't keep their hands off each other and like. I like, how is this like? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I'm like, why do you really think this is okay? You really you thought like you're getting off on the fact that Timmy over there like is like making a sandcastle while you're like trying to get to second base. Like, what is going on? I mean, I'm not crazy, right?
No, but you did hit your second Zoolander reference in the podcast. No, you're clearly sweating. You need to calm down for a second.
And I'm always shiny on this podcast.
Yeah, you're always shining on this podcast, Jeremy. Yeah, I think it's I think people forget where they are, and especially like if you have a drink or two. But I like from living there and seeing the beach more like all hours of the day. Like you'll get that, like you might get some of it in like the middle of the day and like some people that are going a little too far. But if you're like I've been on the Asbury Park boardwalk like later where you're like going out to bars and it's like 10, 11 at night or like even later and it's like, but it's still warm, but then it's dark. That's when if you look hard enough on the beach, you'll see like just like mounds of movement off in the distance. And, those are people that are like really going at it.
I'm not hating on that at all. Like if you're doing it in the dark, if you're dancing in the dark, Bruce, by all means, get after it. It's just it's when it's happening in broad daylight.
Yeah,
and
it's a little much.
It actually, this is kind of an aside, but I was at Wegmans yesterday.
Love it. Favorite place in the world.
Wegmans is awesome. And I was in line trying to get a sandwich, and it was actually recording one of these podcasts, and I was really tired and really hungry. And there was an older couple in front of me ordering a sandwich, and the guy just kept grabbing his partner's butt and kept like kissing her, and it's like, sir, this is a Wegmans. Like what? Like what? Like, and again,
that's their big day out though. Wegmans is an event. You don't understand. What kind of sandwich were they getting?
They were getting like a meatball or something, and it was taking a long time. I wanted to get a Danny's favorite. I was splurging, but my God, don't be getting handsy at Wegmans. Don't be getting handsy. I mean, you can get handsy on the beach to an extent. And you know what? Like, I'm not shaming like the older couples, the less hot couples. It's just as bad when it's a hot couple. I'm sorry. Like you're the attractive teens that we were talking about earlier, and you're doing like that's just as bad, if not worse. Like I see your hand sneaking under his pants, bro. Like stop it. Like. I don't even know that's gonna make the pod. I might need to go to therapy for this shit because it's ruining. Yeah. If you're getting stop being horny on Main Street and the beach. Like stop being horny on the beach. It's brutal. It's so cringe. I don't know if I'm allowed to say cringe as a 35-year-old man because I am cringe, but my God, I mean.
You're cringe just for saying that.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I think, so I think that's a good one. I think my number one is better than your number one personally. But I think we're ending this in a good place.
Yeah, I think there you have it, folks. The 10 worst people you meet at the Jersey Shore. Godspeed in your efforts to avoid them at all costs this summer.
Good luck.
Good luck. It's hard. They're everywhere. Bobby, this was awesome. Unsurprisingly, before we let you go, we have to run you through the Garden State Gauntlet, which today is obviously beach themed. You're familiar with the Garden State Gauntlet. You helped formulate this concept. Are you ready?
I've never been more ready for anything in my whole life.
Favorite beach?
I'm gonna go with I've really taken a liking to Lock Harbor. Like I said, like that's like my like little slice of heaven.
Least favorite beach?
Probably Atlantic City. I know we ranked that low, and it's not a good looking beach, and also I'm never going to Atlantic City just for the beach. And I know this is rapid fire. I'm like actually afraid that like I'll like step on a needle.
Yeah, that might happen. It's great boardwalk, terrible beach.
Yeah.
Favorite beach town?
I lived in Bradley Beach. I loved it when I was there. I love it now. It's really gotten built up. There's so many good restaurants and bars and stuff, and it's just got a little bit of everything. And it's close to Asbury Park. You can get that aesthetic if you want it. But Bradley Beach is like a really good mix of like beach town, fun, great beach. The beach itself is great. Their boardwalk is really cool. It's like pavers. It's not actually a boardwalk, but they have good mini golf there. Yeah, Bradley Beach is sort of a hidden gem too.
Shouts to Bradley Beach. Vic's, I think, is the most underrated pizza down the shore.
Oh, it's so good.
Big fan of it.
And it's not underrated for the people that are there. That place is slammed 7 days a week.
Oh, no. For sure. I just mean, when I talk to people, the Pete and Elda's thing comes up all the time. I always say, if you want to get a t-shirt, go to Pete and Elda's. You want to get great pizza, go to Vic's. Mm-hmm. Least favorite beach town?
And I know that these are all like Monmouth County, but that's what I know. Deal is a weird one for me because Deal, it's like sort of like the Beverly Hills of the Jersey Shore, where it has all these incredible sort of singular houses and chateaus and like really modern stuff, like houses that you won't see anywhere else at the Jersey Shore, but they're owned by people who are not there most of the year. So most of the time that town is like a ghost town, and you'll see more construction workers than you will actual residents. And it's like a decent place to like ride your bike through, but to actually go to the beach, it's hard to find the public access. Like, and it's just the vibe there is just weird. Like that, like it feels like something plucked out of like The Last of Us or something.
Yeah, I mean, Deal, it's always ranked low in our beach rankings. I feel like Deal is a beach town that doesn't want to be a beach town.
Yeah, I don't even. It doesn't even really want to be a town. Like it's just like, I don't know. It's a weird place, and the beach itself is nice, but like the vibe, it's just I don't know. The vibes are off.
They're not immaculate.
No.
What is your favorite beach activity?
So on the beach, like I like to like try to get a little bit of exercise on the beach. Like I like to go for like I genuinely do like a good walk on the beach. like walking along, listening to my music and nobody bothering me. And maybe if there's like a cool jetty, maybe I walk out on the jetty, get a little dangerous, try not to die. And that's sort of like a good like start to the day, like sunrisey kind of thing. But then I love a good bike ride around the beach too.
Very nice. Favorite boardwalk game?
Oh, the frog flip. Always the frog flip, which is tough. And I feel like that gets harder. The older you get and like the more like you're not using as much hand-eye coordination, like it just gets harder because it's such like a fickle thing. And there's so many literal moving parts. Like, and those frogs are like those rubber frogs are like, they never have all four limbs ever.
They said they grow back.
Yeah. And it's so hard to get like, and the lily pads, like some of the lily pads are more rounded that you can actually land it in a little bit easier. But a lot of the lily pads are like the crappier, like more squared off ones that like the physics of it just bounces out. And it's a racket, but I love it.
This is way more analysis than I expected. Also, it's rigged. The game's rigged. They're all rigged. We've written about this, so God bless.
Yeah.
Favorite boardwalk food?
I'm going to give you two, but they're right next to each other in Point Pleasant. And well, one is other places, but Point Pleasant, I love Chippy's, the French fries there. The boardwalk fries are amazing. I've been getting them my whole life. My mom loves them. That's like a big like family thing. But then right next to it is Coors or Coors Bros, custard, just the classic vanilla and orange, but they have those on all the different boardwalks. Like whenever I cover Barefoot Country Music Festival, I go to Wildwood every year, and one of the things that keeps me covering that festival is that I get to get Coors Bros.
Coors Bros, it's fantastic.
So good.
I love orange and creamsicle. I mean, like creamsicle, anything. Orange, vanilla, anything. I would also absolutely take some fries from Chippy's and dip them in a Coors Rose cone. Sounds delicious to me.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna next store at NJ.com on the food page.
Yep.
What is your favorite food to bring to the beach?
Wawa sub hoagie, duh. And I'll give you. You want the exact order?
Yes, I do.
Whole wheat shorty roll, chicken salad, cheddar cheese, honey mustard, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, pepper, oregano, no salt. No extra chicken salad because it falls out. You can't. The shorty roll is not meant to hold extra chicken salad. And just one of those like stacked and like put it in the cooler. But you can't let it go for too long because then it starts to get soggy. You want to eat it within the first like hour.
God, as a food writer and as someone who you've edited my stories, you know where I'm at. I'm so proud of you. That was amazing, and I agree with everything you just said. What is the proper amount of time to spend at the beach?
For my pale ass, 37 minutes. No, I think it depends on what kind of day you want to have. Like, because if you're just going as like, if it's part of your day and you're just going in the morning or in the evening, like I think like 1 to 2 hours is fine. But if you're trying to make a whole day of it, like 3 to 4, but if you go over 4, like it starts to get real hot. Like you're going to get like a headache. You're going to get tired. You're going to get dehydrated. You don't want to go too much longer than that.
I love a long beach day, but once you hit that wall, once you're there too long,
That's all you're doing that day.
Diminishing returns come real quick. What is one thing people don't understand about the Jersey Shore?
I think people don't understand that like the Jersey Shore, like it's everything. Like if you think it's only trashy, you're wrong. If you think it's only like stuck up, you're wrong. Like there's little bits of everything, and there is something for everybody unless you're one of these people that we've talked about.
I completely agree. And I mean, what I love about the beach rankings is you get to, when we do that story, you get that taste of everything. Yeah. Every beach town has a different flavor. Every beach has a different vibe.
Sure.
The Jersey Shore is very Jersey in that there is such variance, there is such variety, and that's why it's amazing.
Yes.
That's a wrap on this episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. Bobby, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
Where can people find you, follow you, et cetera, et cetera?
I don't know. Following you around probably. At Bobby Olivier on whatever, anything. But follow us. Follow Jersey's Best Podcast. We're having a good time, and we want you to have a good time with us.
Absolutely. This has been a lot of fun. Everything good about this podcast came from this guy and me a little bit.
It's a team effort.
And speaking of that team, thank you to our audio producer, James Shapiro, our video producer, Dwayne Yazaro, and our executive producer, Bobby Olivier. Wait a minute. Thank you to Schmutzadellas for our theme song. If you have any questions, episode ideas, guest suggestions, anything like that, please email us at jerseysbestpodcast@gmail.com. Please like, subscribe, leave us reviews wherever you get your podcasts. We're still a new podcast, and those reviews really, really help. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link in our episode notes. New Jersey needs high-quality journalism, and okay, I'm going to say that again. Mm-hmm. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link to... You write the thing. Got me all excited. I got it. And please consider subscribing to NJ.com. There's a link in your episode notes. New Jersey needs high-quality journalism, and journalists need you. Tune in again next week for the latest episode of Jersey's Best Podcast. And remember... Jersey forever.